Hello, hello. Welcome to the 60th edition of A Yank in the Philippines. All right. Well, I got on that time with no problems. Freaking cold here, man. It's -5 Celsius here. Oh, my goodness. How's everybody doing this fine Friday? Cold Friday here. I don't even know what the temperature is in the Philippines. Got to be 80. Something like that. Couple more months and I'll be out of here. My oldest son's getting married in 2024. He said it's going to be in October, too. That's October's heading into the cold zone here. And I'll make it too late that month, but after all, it's all about the bride. Anyway, that's how that works. I don't think I'll be alive for the youngest one when he's old enough to do that. Oh, man. The light's a little bright there in the background. God, I despise this cold weather. Goodness. Five fell down to 3 already. Yo, Michael. It's a good morning to you, but I know it's nighttime there. I don't know what time you fall asleep there. And when you do, anyway. Yo, huh? You had what, about three, 4 live streams this morning? Or my morning. Maybe I'll start doing these things every other week. Getting to be a kind of a pain in the ass to do this all the time. If any of you haven't done it, check out these channels below in the banner. The A lot of karaoke channels here and farm channel, a guy out in New York State. Got a guy down there in Everyday Part of Life down there in Australia. Indonesia, Faiza's down in Indonesia. Gemini Connect, they have a lot of camera videos, camera equipment, video equipment, everything. And they also on your boob. It can't hear you. What the hell are you talking about? Hey, Craig. Yeah, we're live, and I got mute. I have YouTube muted, so I don't know. Craig, can you hear me? That's not even English, man. Sounds fine. Okay. And Michael, gotta be within yours. Freaking cold and dark here. Freaking -5 Celsius. I can barely make out the English there, Michael. So on your boob, it can't hear you. Oh, you have to break that one down for me. I'm not getting that one. Down in Australia is getting warmer weather. Everybody but here. Honestly, I can't imagine how anybody being retired that could live somewhere else would stay here. Sometimes when you're on those Advantage Medicare plans, you have to, stay in the area. But yeah, freaking damn. You got the money to go elsewhere. Why would you stay here? You'd be in a box for eternity, Ain't that right? Oh.
What's happening?
Michael said my audio was couldn't hear me.
I can hear you.
Yeah, that's what Craig said too. He could hear me. So.
Hey, Craig. Hey, Michael. How are you guys? No, I can hear you all right.
Michael's the marathon man. He does.
Yeah, I see that.
What do you do? What do you do all day long? You do 3-4 live streams, man. It'd be nice. It's nice you get out there in town though, and you got you got steady enough hand. You can go out there and film where he lives.
Yeah, you can't sit behind the keyboard all day. Gotta.
Nah, man, that freaking seat's probably hotter than hell too. But
that's why I always limit mine to 2 hours. I kind of got this.
I was watching some documentaries on Al Jazeera English today about they're pretty fair, and they broadcast stuff that I'm sure the others wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was watching a documentary on Arafat, and I knew all that when I was a kid, but still interesting to watch it. It's somebody poisoned him. He didn't die of old age.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Nanette.
Hey, Nanette. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing good.
There was another one. I missed part 2 of it somehow with the Egypt and Israel.
I love documentaries. I watch a lot of documentaries.
I remember a lot of this from when I was a kid. It's just that I like to hear it. It's nice to hear it from And then again, it's put out by the country, Qatar,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, they're in the
so
news right now
there,
for
Abra.
for the World Cup. I think it's the World Cup, the FIFA or whatever, the soccer stuff. I'm not a
Yeah,
soccer fan.
yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
apparently they, they are having the big soccer event there, right? Which I
Mm-hmm.
guess is a controversy in itself because there's a lot of bribes made to get them there. But they're there. But the other day, I guess a Danish reporter was live on
Mm-hmm.
the news talking about soccer, the sport, and behind him was a sign
Well,
showing
they call it.
Colin kicking a soccer ball. And the
Mm-hmm.
police came up and told him that he couldn't record in public, and he's live in the Danish news. So right now they're kind of looking a little bad because they're censoring.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of times we don't hear everything. You know what I mean? It just makes it sound so bad. But maybe they gave an indication as to being having other intentions. But you're gonna have the World Cup there. I don't care for. I didn't care for watching football, European football. But a couple of years back, the last World Cup, we had one of our drivers. He's from India, and a couple other guys, and I started watching it, and I started getting into it. And I watched that one between Italy and England, where the guy tried to be too fancy, missed a goal, and Italy won. England would have won, and but I'm interested now. When I watched the World Cup, I watched it in Puerto Rico first time to
Yeah,
2014.
yeah,
And but
not my thing, but I don't mind. I
yeah,
don't think it's a bad
if
thing.
you
Not my thing.
well, we're at the station, and we deal with you know
Timmy.
people all the time, right, Timmy? And so I was kind of we're sitting there not doing anything at the moment, so
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's good to kill time with. I mean, it's. The weird thing is, if you watch something
mm,
long enough, you can almost get into it. It's like golf is so boring,
well,
but if
I,
you kind of stay with it, you kind of go, all right,
I like hockey, but I still don't. I'm starting to understand where a certain position player has a certain spot on the ice, and they can't advance till these other positions go past them or something or other. They have to wait up. They have to wait back on them to make it down to the other end.
My favorite sport to go watch, to watch only live. I don't really like to watch sports, believe it or not, but I like to go watch live baseball.
Ah,
It's relaxed. It's kind
hey
of
man,
paced.
you
You
watch
can get
baseball. Baseball lasts so long. You could go do what you got to do and still catch the end of the game, for crying out loud.
well.
But
That's
I don't know what it costs. I don't know what it costs anymore because I haven't been down there to watch them. But they're playing in the arena where, well, UWM here college has it now, but that used to be where the Milwaukee Bucks played. So there wasn't a bad seat in the house there, man. It was like being in a gymnasium. You could walk out to the concourse and look in at the locker rooms, and it was a lot of fun back then. But they're playing hockey over there,
Does
and
anybody in the chat like sports? I mean,
uh,
I don't know.
uh,
I played baseball and football, but I like you can get up and wander around and hang out. You can be on your phone.
you you got to watch. Well, my daughter Amy's gonna be 30 next month. Her and my son, they're both 30. They'll both be 30, and we used to go to hockey games all the time. And my daughter get a hockey puck. She'd be there by the glass, and guys would skate over and give her stuff because she was cute. And Benito Santiago he was with the Giants at the time. He gave her a baseball, and I handed it over to my son, and she got mad, and he looked at her like because she started looking all. She said, "Hey, that's mine." I said, "Okay, okay, okay, I'll give it back to you."
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun at those places, and one time these kids, I don't know if they couldn't have been 18, I don't know, because I would have ought to beat the shit out of them. But this kid was being ignorant and throwing stuff, ice or whatever, and it kept hitting me in the head. So I'm sitting there. I wanted to go up, but I didn't want to go to jail either. And I was just about the last time he threw it, I was going to get up, and then somebody else said something, and they had to leave. The game had. I don't even think the game had even started yet.
No, you see those videos about these idiots going to games and causing trouble or getting drunk too much
dude, this guy wasn't too. This kid wasn't nothing. He wasn't no badass. He couldn't have backed up his action. You know what I mean? He just I could have effed him up something bad, but
here's one thing I tell people that they got to understand: badasses or people that are tough do not usually start shit with people. We just don't start fights with people.
End it.
That's right, but we don't do shit like that. It's the little power.
Well, I was, my kids were, I don't know what they were at that time. I think they might have been like 6. And, they always chant to the goalie, you got a 5-hole and they'll chant, "You suck." And my son said, "Why did they say that?" I go, "Oh, he likes candy." I couldn't think of nothing. But those guys were respectful, and they stopped with the adult talk, and But these other kids, man.
I mean, chanting, and talking about the sports team, that just comes with the territory. But the ones that really get drunk or that just want to do.
These were kids. I don't know if they were of age, but they were. One of them, the guy that was tossing the popcorn or the ice cubes, he was wasted, and it saved me. It saved me that somebody else said something about it, because I'm here. I'm with my family. I got the little kids there. I didn't want to get arrested, So
when I was 16 years old, I actually looked like the way I look now. So I look pretty much the same, maybe a little bit grayer, but I look the same. And I had older brothers, and we spent many, many, many times in bars from the age of 16 until about 21. I got bored of it. But, I never, ever started a fight. I've been in a lot of bar fights and a lot of really, really rough and nasty bar fights, but never started one in my life. It was always some, guy liquor.
When I did, I was lucky that the guy thought enough that I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so he spared me. But I used to go to this roller skating rink on Friday and Saturdays, like when I was 15, 16, something like that, and maybe 17. But these guys I ended up working with, they were like a third-party friend. At the time, we had mutual friends, and these guys would give you the shirts off their back, and these high school, they didn't go looking for trouble or nothing. They were about my size, and these high school jocks, these football guys, they had a car. It was 3 of them. They must have been lipping off. And I had my dad's car, and I didn't usually hang around these guys, but I knew of them. I've been around a couple times and makes company. And they get out of the car, and they said, one says to the other one, these are guys I work with now. He says, "What do you want to do, Rich?" He goes, "F it, let's go." So I'm watching this in the mirror, and they walk up to that car, and they start talking to these guys, and the guys tried to get out of the car. They opened the door. They were doing a Robert De Niro on wham, just slamming that thing on the guy's leg. Freaking hard, man. And I'm like, they had to have had a broken or fractured, but they never got out of the car. And these guys were way bigger than we were. And then they get back in the car because I was the one that drove them out there. So I'm driving them home. And they says to me, they says, well, how come you didn't get out? I'm like, dude, I come here, man, you know?
Yeah.
I come here. And I didn't want to get kicked out of there, but I was, I'm like, I couldn't believe these guys, you know, they were, you know, they didn't back down they didn't give these guys any opportunity to do anything.
Yeah.
And the guy in the back seat wanted to get out bad, but I'm like, we got out of there before the cops came. And I didn't hear about the next week. So, you know, plus they could have had my dad's plate number and all that, man.
Oh, yeah. Craig is saying Air Supply is an Australian band. I didn't know they're from Australia, man. I love Air Supply.
Lord. It's that crying your beer shit. All out of love, ain't without you. You know what the problem with those tunes are that people live by those. And in this world, a lot of that don't work out that way.
No, it's life is fantasy. It's like we were talking about the other day, you know. All we doing is living in a fantasy land, hoping that we get a little good, you know.
That's what Aldo Nova said, living in a fantasy world. Aldo Nova was like, there was another guy sing that song, Aaliyah, and the guy played, I'm thinking of the wrong guy, but this guy played every instrument on the record.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't know nothing about record making. I assumed that it was all yeah.
Now, was Air Supply also
10cc? Who's that guy? It wasn't Aldo Nova. It was God. Guy looked like Buddy Holly. I can't think of the guy's name, but the song was called Aaliyah, ALIEAN or something like that.
Air Supply, was Air Supply also Starship?
No, that's different. Starship was Jefferson Airplane changed their name.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, I saw those guys, Foreigner, Starship, Bob Welsh, and Pablo Cruz. A guy named Pablo Cruz. I saw them at the County Stadium in I forget what year, late 70s.
Yeah,
but you know, Airborne comes from Australia too.
Yeah, I've only been to two rock concerts. I've been to a lot of small things, and mine was Eagles and REO Speedwagon.
Really, you know what though, man? I went to Journey twice. I could have went to REO, but my ex-wife she went to see that one, and I went to Alpine Valley with a Army buddy of mine, and I saw second time I saw Journey with Steve Perry. They played a concert here, and it had been raining in the morning, and in the lineup it was $10 in 1978. 1978, Journey was first. Cheap Trick, Hart, and Ted Nugent.
Oh, that's a hell of a
$10. And you know, when Journey came out, it stopped raining. Yeah, they were Jefferson Airplane before Jefferson Starship. They changed their name. They got, I think they got Mickey Davis from. He joined the band, and then what's her name? Grace Slick came back. They were. Who the hell was he from? He was from Boss Gags, I want to say.
Yeah.
I'm not quite certain, but it was. You know, even the good music, the roller skating, they've had Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Commodores, and
one of my favorite all time bands. Well, I like so much music, but Boston.
Boston?
God, I love Boston.
I saw them in concert. You know what was disappointing with them? I saw Alice Cooper first, and Sammy Hagar was the warm up to Alice Cooper. No, he wasn't. He was the warm up to Boston because they came out and I guess they had they renamed a lot of songs that were on the first album. It was a bad thing from the start. And after that first time, I'm like, yeah, man, these guys are great. And it took them forever to have that second one come out. The third one was even longer. By the time I think the third one came out, I don't even know if they were together anymore, but the singer killed himself a couple of years ago. Brad Delp.
I love
He
Boston.
shot himself.
I love Boston, Meatloaf, John McClane, all of them guys.
Yeah.
Don McLean, not John McClane.
Don McLean. Yeah.
American Pie,
Oh yeah, I had my cassette player, man. I had Motown cassettes, and because it was a good time. The radio was your best friend if you had problems with other people or kids at school. Or
I remember when Meatloaf came out with "Paradise by the Dashboard Lights." Man,
I was 16 in 77, so.
I remember that. That was good music, man. And
there were two groups that got a pass from. They weren't Wild. Was what ELO was. Supertramp. We went to there, and otherwise nobody. Usually you would go, oh, what are you listening to that crap for? But Supertramp was good. I love this song. Was 15, I think, and we were by his friend's house. We were drinking brandy because I remember it was cold outside, but I felt warm, And he had this Supertramp album called "Crisis with Crisis," and there's a song on there called "Sister Moonshine," and I never forgot it. And then me and my wife now we were in at a Goodwill, and there the album was for $1.
wow.
Same one. I mean, there's about two or three songs on there I like, and then after that one, they had "Crime of the Century" was their biggest, I think, and then "Breakfast in America."
So, do you got a favorite song? Anybody got a favorite song that's like the top of your head all the time that you think about or anything?
I don't know. You know what, man? I liked if anybody hasn't listened to it on there. I think that Boston's third album was Third Stage, or I forget what it was called.
Third Stage.
But they do an instrumental of the Star Spangled Banner on there, and that's just.
I think Don McLean's "American Pie" sticks in my head more than any other song.
Well, how old are you? When I was that came out in 72, right? I think so.
I don't know. That sounds a little maybe, but it is by far.
They had on Sundays, I think. QFM used to have up here. This QFM station had a lot of cool DJs. That now they're at what's considered oldie music now.
Yeah, 1971. You're right.
But Fat Bottom Girls by Queen, yeah.
Yeah, I love Queen, man.
I like Tie Your Mother Down. That was my favorite jamming one. But if you ever listen to the entire one of their entire albums, you'd go, what the hell is this? Because they had some weird stuff.
Queen, Leonard Skinner, the Freebird.
I was 2 months away from getting tickets for Leonard Skinner when they died. When most of them, or some of them died. They were due here. I think they were due here in October of the year they died. They died in what?
Oh, Viking, that is funny.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny.
You have to what? You have to hide?
He says that you had to give a buck, an animal, for a record. Play on words with the word buck and money.
Oh. Yeah.
But I think Don McLean's song "American Pie,"
Hey, John.
yeah, it's a song that stays in my head.
They used to have, when I was younger, they had those, they were called K-Tel. Would have had like, and it might have had 20 songs on there. And it was all, what was it popular with like the last,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, 3 or 5 years. But they had a lot of great Motown stuff on there.
Yeah.
Hey, Viking. Oh man, I had a cassette like that. Me and my oldest sister got cassette. We used to sneak and see what was what, But I played. I had Don McLean and
Elton John's "The Candle in the Wind."
well, it was way. But well, for me, it was Funeral for a Friend, Aerosmith. I go back to Toys in the Attic, or what do they call? What's that other one? Diamonds? I forget.
Mhm.
What the hell's the name of that one?
I guess I'm kind of a fan of ballads.
Uh,
I'm a big
I
ballad.
like. Oh, I like that too. But the one I'm talking about was different. They had a different. Toys and Attic had a different sound than the rest of their albums ever did. I forget what that one was called before that. What the heck is that called? Something with Stones. God, I can't remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Loved Phil Collins, especially when he went single. His music was
Mhm.
awesome to listen to.
oh,
And,
Tom, one other kid was Funeral for a Friend and Philadelphia Freedom.
Yeah, it's Michael's having a brownout. He must be pooing everywhere.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, you pooing, huh? Got a brown out there, Michael. At least you ain't afraid to admit it, huh? Oh, yeah, the Cars. You know what? I think the Cars were considered a new wave or a punk band,
Yeah,
but
remember right?
they had a different sound. Dire Straits, yeah, Salt and Swing.
Love Dire Straits.
They
Love
they love that. I love that song about
Money,
my
nothing, and chicks for free.
MTV. Got all the faggot got airplane or whatever,
Money for nothing and chicks for free.
Yeah, Salt and Swing. Yeah, we had a group here from Waukesha, Wisconsin called the Bodines. They were a lot like Dire Straits.
I got a little gnat flying around my house.
Yeah, the Cars. I like Summer is my favorite one, but they don't get a lot of recognition as much as they should have.
No.
Rick Ocasek died a few years ago, I think. I think that was him. He was married to that Russian model, I think. Paula, something.
Maybe that's why he died.
No, they were married quite a lot. If I'm right about who the guy is, they were married quite a few years. Long time, like it reminded me of Ringo and
The Doobie Brothers.
Catherine Bach. I think that was her name.
We're showing how old we are again. 3 Dogs Night. That's it.
Oh man, there was such. I'm telling you, everybody always says the same thing about the era, but you could listen to
Craig.
Led Zeppelin. You could Carly Simon. All these singer-songwriters, England Dan, John Ford Coley. You had all these different ones. Some country, it was crying your beer stuff sucked, I think, back then. But you had everything was played on the AM radio, I think, up until '73. So you heard everything on one channel, Then it got segregated.
Yeah, I remember I've been thinking of country. I remember when the Judds, the girls were real popular, and the guys hated the music, but the girls that we were hanging around with loved, and that made them very happy to listen to that type of music. So we got stuck, and if you know what I mean by happy, we got stuck listening to a lot of that crappy country music by the Judds because the girls dug it.
You're a little younger than me, man. I didn't have to deal with the Judds. Me, it was. I think. For me, well, yeah, I got all those other old ones, but Charlie Pride and Johnny Cash were the, you know, I can honestly say though, Charlie Pride, I'm like, oh man, a black guy.
They've been
I
saying
never heard one bad word from anybody ever about him when I was a kid. Not once, not one. I never heard anybody on the buses when I worked uh, call Obama name. But as soon as Trump got in there, then you white people are crazy now. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. But
the Stray
uh,
Cats. I love the Stray Cats.
Stray Cats, they had a couple of hits, and then they fell by the wayside. What was the lead singer had a solo?
Yeah. I tell you, a lot of good music out there.
I forgot the guy's name. I met. If you guys ever hear of this guy, his name was the Greg Kinn Band, and he had two songs. One was called the Breakup Song. I forget the other one, or Love's in Jeopardy or something. Yeah, something like that. But I met this guy. I worked at a hotel security, and I knew they were there. And if you ever hear that tune, you'll know who it was. I'm sure you've heard it. And he says, "How do I get to the airport?" And I'm like, "Well, you go over here. There's the stop sign at stoplight. Take a right, go down the road to the next stoplight. Take a left. The airport be on your right." He says, "So I go that way." He points the total opposite way. I'm like,
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
go, this guy's a stoner. So another guy, Henny Youngman, was there, old comic guy, and John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard. You remember that show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm walking down the corridor. His road manager was this little guy. I mean, the guy was like 5'2", and John Schneider's 6 something.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
And John Schneider's bitching. I hear this guy bitching, and I was gonna stop and say hi, but this little guy was like this, and he was like, "I told you, you bitch," and I was gonna say, he was calling by name, Oh, good, we have security here, so I left it alone. But I talked to Chicago WGN Channel 9 down there, some personalities, but it was a big thrill meeting those guys. But Greg Kinn was taking I don't know what the hell, his band was taking a bus and he was taking a plane or something or other. So what's up down there in Australia, Craig?
Not much. Same old, same old.
Getting warmer?
It's okay. It was like 24°C, whatever that is,
Oh, wow.
today. It's all right.
Probably 60 something.
Yeah,
35,
probably.
10.
Huh?
Yeah, 65 something.
20, something like that. 24°C, that's it might be 70.
Maybe 75, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, because 30,
Had 26 at a rough guide. I don't know.
34 is about 92 or 95, something like that.
It's all right. Busy day, I think. We got the women's T20 cricket in town double-header today, so I might go there this afternoon. And then at first of the Christmas parties tonight. So,
Gary, I gotta show. So Gary's will come on, maybe not. Gary, don't. I'm using.
At 26 Fahrenheit is 78.8 degrees.
Yeah, men at work, they were good in the 80s.
Love men at work.
Sneaker Dad. Yeah. 1983, the old theme song to win America's Cup of Offers for the first time ever.
I was listening to a song this morning. Sam, an Australian guy, Sam Chronicles. I think he's in Brisbane. He was singing a song. He was singing a song from 19. I remembered. Almost like the second British invasion. Like the first one was in the 60s. Gary, it must be good because I'm going off of a different server, different than in America here. So my thing's got to be pretty good. Men at work, yeah.
That's good.
I was in a restaurant the other day with my wife, and it was themed as an American restaurant. I mean, and it was really, the food sucked. It was horrible. Worst food I've had in a long time.
What kind of food was it?
American. I mean, it was, but it was just bad American food.
Like what? What did they have that was bad?
Well, their chicken fried steak, because I really like chicken fried steak and gravy and all. It just, was low quality and tasted like crap.
Yeah.
Or I got something and it wasn't good. They gave us a patty melt for free, which wasn't good.
Patty melt.
But the thing was, I was in there and they got a beautiful decor. I give them credit. They got, it's all American and only America. I asked Lorelai, I said, can you see, if you look around the restaurant, what's wrong with this restaurant? Because they had pictures of John Wayne, Elvis Presley, all the different, big stars from America. And then they had one picture of the Beatles. And I asked the Beatles, and I told Lorelai, I said, the problem is the Beatles weren't, everybody else in this restaurant was an American. At this American restaurant, but the Beatles were from England, so
a lot of those groups like Led Zeppelin, they were more popular here than they were from their home countries.
ABBA, yeah.
Well, ABBA, that's an exception. ABBA's Swedish, I think, or Danish, I forget.
Swedish, I think.
Yeah, I think they were Swedish.
Yeah, the guys playing the guys played the Hocus Pocus by Focus. They were on I think, I don't know if it was American Bandstand, but they're playing in this the one guy, this guy that's singing, he's just shrieking because this guy was butchering his guitar, man. He was just terrible. It was god awful, bad. And a band called Halloween does a version of that one, and so does Gary Hoey, a guy named Gary Hoey. That was a pop. It's all instrumental with yodeling. The only thing that some of them other ones didn't have was the yodeling. I think I got it.
Gary, how are you today? It's good to see you.
I'm doing okay. So,
hey, Gary.
You're looking younger and younger.
John Balut says hello.
Hi, John.
You look like you took 10 years off for some reason. What did you do?
Oh, I just,
Must have got some sleep. You looked stressed the last two times I saw you on here.
Looking
I'm
good.
stressed. I'm stressed right now, actually.
But you're looking like the Gary we know here. So
Yeah, I'm stressed.
What are you stressed about? Maybe we can fix it.
I'm not. You can't fix it. I'm just stressed.
Yeah, John or
Welcome to real life. Huh?
David can help you.
Real life is the most stressful thing, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Just living.
Yeah, I'm always living in a dream world. That's why when I come to reality,
Gary, you're no different than a lot of other people. You're just afraid to pull the trigger on things because once you leave that nest there, you might not ever be able to get back there if you have any problems. You gotta make up your mind and get rid of your junk. If you're not gonna go, you're not gonna go. That's okay. But you're just messing your head up.
Yeah, well,
You know what? I tell all the people I know, go do what you want to do, and the rest of that stuff will happen. You can't set up something. It would be very hard for you to set up or have an arrangement with a younger female to where you can just get on a plane and go over there and start living. Believe me, they'll find you. We said that so many times, But that's all you got to do. It's hard. It's hard to. Sometimes it's hard to just go out there and do it, man. But when I always wanted to travel, and then when I turned 50, I started traveling. I go, I'm tired of waiting for people that don't have the time or the money, so I'm going to go do it. So Golden earring too, boy. You know what? There's a video out. I don't know how long ago it was. It might have been 15 years ago. But they played Radar Love in concert. I forgot where they were, but that drummer they got, that guy could pound those skins, and he was probably in his 60s at the time.
Now, did they have any other hits besides that one? I don't know.
Yeah, they had another one. It didn't even. If you heard their other stuff, it didn't even sound like them. It was out in the early '80s.
I remember. Here's a funny.
When the bullet hits the bone, or that was one of the lyrics in it. But
Way back, I started when I was young. Of course, when we all were young.
yeah.
As we date, there's this chick I met and hooked up with to go out, and I went out with her one time, and I kind of dumped her, or didn't. I did not dump her. I
just didn't see her again.
There you go. And because she really, really, really enjoyed the song about I'm going to the wedding chapel and I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that song?
Yeah, that Connie Francis or somebody.
Yeah, I remember.
During the night that we were in, like, so I ran
I
away.
remember this.
She was talking about marriage, singing a marriage song before you even got.
First date, last date.
That's scary.
You know what? I hate it. I think I had two like that, and but you know what? When it comes to when a guy does it, you're a son of a bitch. You're a bad guy. You're rotten. But when a woman does it to you, you're supposed to understand.
What's that?
Well, you're supposed to understand while they're dumping you.
Oh yeah.
When you dump a woman, you're a SOB, man. You're all kinds of nasty things. But when a woman does it, it's okay. You're supposed to understand.
That's a good question. I
Super
would look at
super
my
tramp.
life. If you take the history of my life, and luckily Lorelai's not home to hear this. Hopefully she's not
She
watching.
probably got on her radio, man. He hears you.
But if you took my daily life, I bet you I'm at the 50-50.
Microwave dish.
Of all the women I've dated, I probably got dumped by half, and I bet you I'm in the middle.
You know what?
I
learned later on how to act like an asshole, so they dumped me because I never had the guts to do it. I did it once.
Oh.
That was my first and only Italian girlfriend I had, but I was like 24 and she's 18, and I had a girlfriend in between us, and I went back to that one, and
here's the best way to dump a girl, and I mean this in all sincerity, and it works like you can't believe. Whether they have a sister or a bestie friendy, you just tell the girl, man, your friend Jennifer, she's smoking hot. I'm telling you, the relationship ends pretty damn quick.
Well, here's the
Jenny is. Whew,
here's the part I didn't get to with this girl. She was super young. Her family, there were 5 sisters. All of them were good. All of them were gorgeous. I mean, what's this chick doing? They were all Italian. They didn't have any brothers. Just 5 sisters. All of them were good looking, and Rachel was kind of tall, she might have been an inch taller than me, but she used to like doing cocaine, which I didn't. And the night I had her, she was up by me. I worked up the nerve to break up with her. And the next night she came back. She didn't remember what the hell I said to her. So I had to do it all over again. And then when I did that, she stomped off and was crying all this stuff, man. And, she really liked me, but I didn't like the things she was doing. So plus I had the other one in the back pocket. So
what I want to know is Gary.
Yeah.
I want to know how Gary breaks up with the girl. Because, he's older than us, he's wiser, and he has a certain demeanor.
Wiser?
Not mine. Gary has a much nicer demeanor than me.
He does now.
Well, actually, I never break up with them. They always break up with me.
So you're 100%. See, I'm in the middle. I break up with about half, and the other half dumps me.
Yeah. I was never good. That was the only time in my life I ever did that, and I felt bad about it. But I ran into a neighbor that had gotten married after that. She was at a church or one of the city community church festivals, not church festival, just a festival. And I asked her, I say, hey, how's everybody doing that we knew, She had a brother that was just bright as heck, and he ended up not being a doctor. It was whatever person that doesn't have the liability of a doctor. Only they do the same things pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what it's called, but
Yay.
no, I told her because she occasionally would had contact with her. I said, just tell her I'm sorry about that. She said, well, that was a long time ago. I said, yeah, but I felt like a big, I am where I am today because of the way whether I acted right or I didn't. So I like where I'm at right now. So that was never me, I just, and having to do it twice.
Well, that's why I'm feeling stressed. That's why I'm feeling stressed right now. It's because I believe I'm having someone break up with me right now.
Yeah, but you've never physically been with them, have you?
No, they're just breaking
what's
up
the
with
problem?
me.
What are you missing?
An attachment,
Say what?
I still feel an attachment.
Oh. Well, you talk to us. We're not liking you. So here you are, man.
Here's something I'll say, Gary, in all honesty and all sincerity, all of that stuff about these type of relationships that we have. And I know a lot of guys right now, and I'm quite a few
master
who have a Filipina or somebody from Thailand and a few other countries that they date, internet date. And the plan is to hook up with a man to get married and all that. The problem comes in is these young women want to be with somebody. Women, when they get to even American women, when they get to that point where they're ready to settle down, they want to settle down. And so therefore, if they got a boyfriend in us far away and we can't get our happy asses there to be with them, they will find somebody who will. And that's just
right. Right.
Is. And I'll tell you from my personal experience, when Lorelai and
I believe that to be true.
Yeah, we met through family members and started talking in June, and I realized that, hey, this is actually something very important. And she was getting ready to go to Jakarta or India, I don't know, somewhere to work. And I was still teaching college. I only had summers and Christmas holidays. And I told her, I said, look, I'll come over. We met in June. I'll come over next year during the summer when I'm off. And then realizing that probably wasn't the smartest thing, I went over Christmas break instead. And I'm going to tell you why I tell you this is because I grew up in the Filipino community. I know a lot of Filipinos, a lot of people from Vietnam. And I can't tell you, Gary, how many people have said, I have a cousin in the Philippines that would just love to meet you.
Usually the first comment.
Yeah.
How many nieces that and I always said, there's no way in hell that I am going to go to a foreign country to date somebody. I'm just not going to do it. It's not going to happen. But then when I met Lorelai, I'm like, okay, I either got to shit or get off the pot. And that's what I'm telling these girls. And I got a really good friend right now who's been in a very, very, very long LDR.
20 years.
8 or 9. And
8 or 9, wow.
Never been there, has never seen her.
And
and I told him the same saying. She's a young woman. She may want to finally actually get married with somebody who will do it. And that was the crossroad I had with Lorelei. She never said anything about anything like that, but that's what I started realizing when
You
talking.
got to pay for the play.
If they get to
Well,
26, 27 and they're
this
still
person
single,
can
they
go
start
over
to
there,
stress
geez.
out. They're going to be the old maid in the back nipper hut, you know.
Yeah.
What's keeping this person from 8 or 9 years going over there? Why don't you just go over for a trip or something?
Sounds like you're going for that goal.
Well, who knows? There's variables.
Oh shit.
Everybody has roadblocks.
That's right.
You know, and look, Gary, and you guys, I'll tell you, you know, Lorelei and I really wanted to go live in the Philippines permanently, but we were there a month and got our asses kicked, and it just didn't work out great for us at this point in time.
Mhm.
But at least we tried. I lost. I'm going to tell you guys, doing what we did probably cost me $125,000. I probably lost $125,000.
Wow.
Shipping the dogs and all the boxes, man.
No, I'm talking about lost revenue. I'm talking about lost profits and
Oh.
you know, you name it, travel, everything. I probably lost $125,000. I'm probably down $125,000, but I wouldn't change it for the world. It sucked going through that typhoon, having no water, no electricity, no water for 10 days, being stuck in that freaking leaky, dilapidated house that we were in after the typhoon.
Jeez.
My mosquitoes almost having a heart attack 2 or 3 times
Dude,
because I was suffocating so bad.
you had all
Spin there and fan me with cardboard.
oh Lord, you had all those reasons to go, and then all the reasons not to go. Remember, I was telling you about that.
Mm.
But Gary, so you either got to go or not go.
Yeah, well, you know, Gary's got his whole life right in that room right there.
But Gary, my point about this is this. When she's the right one, you will go.
Right.
Remember, I told you I've had literally 30 or 40, 50, 60 people say, I have a niece, a cousin here. We'll put them on my Facebook so I can get to know them. I don't want to date them.
Do you have a pension?
But when Lorelei came along, I was in the Philippines in 6 months.
Mm.
I made it happen in 6 months.
That's what it comes down to. It's like anything in life. If you want it bad enough, you'll make it happen.
Yeah, man. Listen, if I'm David there and I'm there and it's 10 days, I could give a shit because I got no better place to go, man. I'm totally relaxed. I could give a shit because I'm in the background now. I'm not out there dealing with the rest of the shit like everybody else that has to work. I'm in a different phase of my life, and if I didn't have that, I don't. Whatever, man. You know, if I don't have electricity, I don't have it. You know,
Very
It
simple.
doesn't-
The point is, if the girl is really the one for you, you would have already been in the Philippines.
But the lady's young though, Gary. You got you right. She's kind of young, right? So
What's
The
young?
beauty of that, you know. Sorry, Gary.
How young do you think she is?
I don't know, man. Tell me. Well, is she above
I don't know.
12?
You keep saying she's young.
She's probably 30, probably in her 30s.
You ain't gonna pick nobody that's long in the tooth.
Well, I'm not sure about this one right here that I currently am
You-
pursuing.
I did what I tell you. We all been telling you this shit for the last couple of years. Go there.
Maybe you
Well,
just
oh,
want to
I'm
chase.
gonna go there, but I have to be ready to go there.
Be ready. Well, be ready. What? You gotta go bathroom or what?
Well, and that's and Mr. Yank is right. That's kind of the thing.
Ain't you tired of doing that shit, man?
When you're ready.
I have to
it
save up a little money.
Oh my god.
Well, okay.
You don't spend yours on nothing.
Saving up the money to go is very important. So, Gary, how much money do you think you need to go for a vacation? Let's say 21 days, 3 weeks.
Oh, I wasn't planning on that. I was planning on a permanent trip.
I understand, but your permanent's not going to happen anytime soon, but you could go on vacation. The recommendation from all of us, everybody on the internet, is telling people don't. And the only reason I moved there was because I was already married for 8 years. Otherwise, I sure the hell wouldn't have moved there as a single guy.
Well, I guess I could go for 30 days.
28,
Gary,
Oh,
go.
29, whatever the.
You need more time than that, man.
You got to go.
Right.
Like in my opinion, I don't know anything, but if you're going to go for a month or something and check it out first before you make a decision to shift, because it's just when you get there, you have this great image in your mind, but always
What are the
underwhelmed.
options, though, Craig? I
Everything
mean,
is
if I
so hard.
make my decision, but what are the options? What other place would I go?
I don't know.
I mean,
Gary, you come from an area where you had to light the lamp because you
Thailand.
didn't have electricity, right?
I'm looking for a low cost of living country.
Yeah, but that's deceptive because it ain't low cost anymore.
it's not.
It's I when I got married, then when I speak to the land and everything, the thing was you're coming here. I'm not going there because I don't have enough money behind me to live there. Basically, the lifestyle I'd like to live. I don't have enough money, and if anything goes wrong, I couldn't do it. So that was the thing.
Yeah.
If we get
Well,
married, you're coming here. You know,
I could
'cause
stay
I couldn't
here.
afford to live there.
I could stay where I'm living for the rest of my life. You know,
Yeah, is that what you want?
no, it's not what I want because
Well, then
what
don't do
I
it.
could. I mean, I don't pay a extreme amount of rent. I only have this room,
But is it
and
a life? Is it
huh?
a life? Are you happy with your
That's
life?
what I'm saying. I don't enjoy it. Like if I go there, I'm gonna have to get health insurance. Here, I get free health insurance. You know, with the
But
VA.
don't worry about it. Just go and do it, and then work it out as you go. Otherwise, you'll never do it.
But
Yeah, that's right. That's
we're
why I'm going in July. I'm going in July.
going on.
And then their decisions only you can make, Gary. Really, you can listen to everyone and whatever, but it comes down to you.
Well, you said though, go there and see if you like it.
Yeah, go for a month and just see how everything works because everything is so hard. Everything is so complicated. Nothing's on time. For me, I get frustrated to shit, you know.
And
But I'm saying though, well, how about if I don't like it?
Well, then you haven't made a massive error, have you?
Okay.
Just go there and party for a month and then go back and party a month the next year or whatever. You don't have to worry. You go there, you will have 5,000 girls lined up, mate. You will have no problem.
Nah, that's what everybody
No, I'm
says.
just saying you can just go there, say, this is my circumstances. This is what I want. Just be total honest and then just move until you find the one.
Well,
you know?
I don't need to do that because I have some that I'm online with right now.
Yes, but you've never met them in person. You've never seen their environment. You don't know their family. You don't know how they're held within the community.
Well, I know this one. I've been
That's what you need
communicating with
to
her.
find out.
Hey,
But
hey,
anyway,
I know
totally up
one.
to you.
I know
Gary,
one very well, but
gotta pay per use, man. You know.
I know one very well. So
Gary,
How well is that, man? How well?
Yeah.
Gary,
as well as you can without meeting them in person.
let me just say this: forget the girl. I don't care about
That's
the
the
girl.
point.
All for the guys.
Yeah, right.
Here's something I want you to think about. All right, there's two different scenarios here. Here's something I really want you to think about. My recommendation is you go on a vacation, then you come back, and then if you really like it, you pack up and move. But look, there's two different concepts of this. On the limited budget that you have, can you live in the Philippines? Yes, but you're not going to live in American standard. Which, if you're okay with that, that's great. But just trust me, it's a different standard of living, so that's fine. Then you're going to hook up with a Filipina, right? So your limited budget, because she's not going to be bringing in income, is going to be stretched in the Philippines even, because you got to now support the Filipina and her family, sisters, brothers, and all that. Because whether you have the money or not, I promise you, since you're an American or a German or an Australian, they're going to expect you to do that. So if you think your American small budget is going to be big in the Philippines, you're freaking ass crazy. unless you got $4,000 or $5,000 a
You
month.
gotta, you gotta watch it. Otherwise, some things are cheap to go wild, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a hole.
Okay, so that's scenario number
But
one.
I'm saying no. How can they ask for more money than you even have?
Because you're a white boy from a foreign country. And a
But
third
I'm
country.
saying no. Let's
understand.
say that I have.
Everyone,
Let's say that I have 50,000 pesos, okay, for living every month, okay? Now, $1,000, okay? Well,
You're under that.
you know, you have to pay your rent, all this stuff, and then they've asked for money from you.
Yeah,
Well, what are you going to get the rest of it from the air? Where is it coming from? Nowhere.
right. So, but that's scenario one.
Who controls your money? You or her?
The
Well, let's forget about the girl totally. Let's just live on your own.
right.
Okay. My only concern was this was the only reason I was even thinking about a girl. Before I had no even thought about it. I was just going there for the cost of living and warm weather and they speak English. So that was my three reasons. But
That's right, John.
my big thing was this: you need somebody to take care of you if you go in the hospital.
Oh, you won't be hard to find that.
Okay. Let me finish my scenarios. I gave you scenario number one, right?
Yeah.
And scenario number two is you actually meet a Filipino that you like, that you connect with. You go over for a vacation. You spend that month with her, getting to know her, getting it figured out, getting documentation. What smart men do, like Craig here and I, is you do all that. You bring them over on a K-1 visa. You get married in the United States. You let them get a job and earn an income, and then you have a life in America that's better, because now you have not only your based income, now she has an income also that helps you live in the United States. And then if you want to move to a warmer climate in the U.S., well, because she has a job now, they can earn income. A lot of guys do that.
Yeah. Okay,
And
scenario
then she
number
can
two.
use her
Scenario
income to
number two, I
support her
wouldn't go
family.
for because scenario number two, I wouldn't go for because I don't want to live in America. I want to live in Asia.
Well,
Why are you
that's
so,
what you
why are you
think
so
now.
worried about somebody? Why are you so worried about somebody? What they're going to ask you for? You know,
Ask me for
It
what?
ain't-
you know how to say no, don't you? Somebody asks you for money.
I wasn't talking about that. Anybody asked me for anything.
No, Gary can say no to his future. He
Great.
can say no about the money. You know, he's strong enough to do that. That's not in question.
I would
think.
just kind of ignore it, actually, probably.
Right, but it happens, and it happens a lot, and it happens a lot, and it
I'm
happens
sure.
every day. It seems.
I have
Go
people in
there and-
America here that ask me. I got people in America that ask me for money all the time. They always, my brother once said to me, Gary, I think you have an X on your back because people always go through the crowd and ask.
Chris been giving you good advice there, and Craig's trying to give you good advice.
Let me read that last one. Let me read that last one that Viking put up before you came out with this one. The first one you put up. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right
that's
on money.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Right
No,
on.
it's good.
That's also a reality, you know. You're going to pay whichever way you go.
Yeah.
And if you've got one night stands or you end up marrying one,
Shit
it's
ain't
still,
free,
it's still
man.
going to cost you. You know.
So Gary, you got
Anyway.
less. You got less than $1,000 a month.
Gary, can I
How
ask?
do you know what I have? How do you know what I have? I never told you.
You don't have to.
I don't care how much you have, Gary. Let me ask a question about
You live in a room in a stranger's home.
where are you going to live in the Philippines?
I've been living here 21 years, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
But Gary, where in the Philippines are you going to live?
I'm
You
not
got
sure.
money then.
I'm not sure yet.
What standard of living are you going to have in the Philippines? Are you going to be willing to live in the Providence and live in a nipa hut without running water and plumbing? Or are you going to try to live in a small little room inside of a bigger building that may or may not have electricity consistently and plumbing consistently?
Well,
And
I
they
prefer that. I prefer to have electricity
okay.
and running water.
I'm just telling you, there in the Philippines, it's rough living. If you want to live, and look, I'll just be brutally honest. To have the same standard of living that I have in America, that I would have to live in the Philippines, it would cost me the same freaking amount of money. It just would. To keep the same standard of living, it's pretty much the same. If I want to give it up, and we lived in shitholes. We did. Sorry, Philippines, but the places we lived, they would be called a shithole in America. They were cheap. Well, in the city, they were expensive compared to the Providence, but for me, they were relatively cheap, $400 or $500 a month in rent plus utilities. All right, and they were usually 2-bedroom places, except for the condo after the typhoon. You know, we got stuck in a condo for 4 months. So you really got to think about where you're going. That's why the vacation is important. So you can go, oh, I want to live here or there. Then you can start planning. Okay, I get it. Now, you know, this is reality is I want to live in a Nipa hut. This is what a freaking Nipa hut is. And I'm going to have to live with all these other people right around me in my business. You're going to have to be part of the community to live super cheap. You have to be within the communal group. If you want to have privacy in your own place, you got to open that budget up to get it.
Yeah, because you in the community, you'll never be 100% accepted, and if you ain't got money, no one will want to know you. Basically,
Then the other thing,
it's harsh, but that's what it comes down to. They'll put up with you because they're getting something out of you. But if you ain't got nothing, they won't want to know you.
and then Gary, the other thing is your personality. And I tell people this, you have to think about your personality when you go live in a third world country or any country, anywhere, it doesn't matter. Even the state of Florida. Will your personality be happy there? You know, and I'm not trying to be mean to anybody else in the world. My personality doesn't work too well in the Philippines. Who I am as a person doesn't work too well because I like doing things for myself. I like getting things done. I'm very sick and I have a lot of health issues, but I still want to get things done. I want to have activities and be a doer. If you want to go there and just lay around and hang out and do nothing all the time, well, hell, that's what the Philippines is. But if you want to be really proactive there, it's hard for a foreigner.
It's just,
You know?
Well, I'm just wondering what type of things I'd want to do.
You'll find out.
go there. Well,
Huh?
I don't know, Gary. It's all up to you, really.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well,
depends how
what options are there? Can I?
you can.
Can I
There's a
make
lot of
my,
great women there.
oh,
a lot
I
of
like
great
to,
people.
I like to make my bracelets.
Hmm.
You know, weaving,
Yeah.
braiding.
You know what I did?
Gary,
George?
maybe you should. Sorry, David.
I was
I was
just
gonna
say,
say,
you know
maybe-
what I did? Go
You go. You
I
go.
think I'll live like Tony lives. I'll live like Tony
I just-
lives.
You should concentrate on the bigger picture. You aren't about all the detail part.
Yeah.
You got to make this big picture decision, and then all the details will work themselves out.
Well, I
you know?
think as far as food's concerned,
So
I
you-
can
it's
adapt. I can
trivial
adapt
shit.
very
You get
easily.
there, you eat what you can get. You know, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I eat what I can get right
Gary,
now.
you got to listen while he's talking to you, man.
I'm just saying, you know. But it's totally up to you, Gary. It's the best thing I ever did. But I had spent 3 to 4 months there for nearly a decade, so I had an idea of what's going on. Because the first 2 or 3 times there, you have no idea what's going on. It takes you a while to figure how everything works, you know.
Yeah,
And I'm no expert because I've only been there twice in the last 5 years, so I'm out of date. But you need to go and find out for yourself, because you might get there. You might absolutely hate the fact that you're sweating like a pig every single day, getting eaten alive every single night. So many things. There's a lot of great things there as well,
Yeah.
but it's totally different. It's totally different. And as you get older, those differences are harder to adapt, you know,
Yeah.
for me anyway.
Well, that's what I plan on going there. Now my plan is July
Um,
2020.
Forget to get yourself a lawnmower 4000.
Huh?
And one thing I tell people is that
What do you normally do there when you're there, Tony?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He's a family man. He's got his wife and
I
child.
go out, walk around. Yeah, go out, walk around. You know, I was there a couple of months before I did that. But you know, everybody's wanting to put you on film. You got a camera. But there's a lot of nice people there there are not every, you can't guarantee. You always disclaimer. But there are a lot of nice people there to say hello to you, you know.
Well, I wonder what like Michael. He's been there for a while. What does he do?
Drink, be on the computer, do live streams.
and I'm not trying to be mean and cruel,
You know him.
but if you're a foreigner who loves to drink and just be drunk and hopefully get laid once in a while, Philippines is a great place.
Well, that's
Might get a
not me.
lady. Might get a lady. But if you want one of them, I can hook you up with my brother-in-law.
I don't drink. No, that's okay. I don't drink and I don't smoke. And
Well, you may
You
not.
do. You just want to make a rabbit, huh? You want to be like a rabbit. Huh?
Only
I
thing
just-
left, yeah.
down, just want to settle down.
But there's, you know, there's a lot of great women there as well, you know. So but you got to, you know, you're smart enough to work it out, but you got to be there to work it out.
Yeah,
One
right.
thing I will say is when you go, because I know you're not going to, but if you go there on vacation, the key is to not go as a holiday or vacation millionaire. Is for you, if you're really thinking about living there, is to go there on and be a vacation for the 28 days and live, you know, where they live. Rent a small Airbnb, you know, rent something cheap, but not one of the nice hotels.
You don't have that cheap like that. You can't afford that kind of.
Fine.
You can't afford.
Find a buddy who can hook you up with a woman somewhere so that you can get a real feel for how it really is. Because when we all go over there for the 28 days, we're millionaires and we have a blast. But that's not reality.
Yeah, right.
$1,000 would be the first.
Not what I was planning on doing.
You'd have a ball of a month, Gary. You'd come back, you'd be able to sit in your room for the next 10 years with a massive smile on your face. And yeah, I don't know. But, you know.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Lay in the dark.
Come on, see how bright it is.
Well, when I finally get there, I guess
David's been pretty good.
nobody will know what I'm doing.
Should have heard him in the beginning. He might be going back to the Philippines.
So
Gary, I think you should go down there. Maybe
It's your
John.
life. It's your
maybe
life,
John can
Gary.
meet you
Do what
alone.
you want. Do what you want, mate. It's your life. But,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, best thing
I
I
still got at least I got maybe 15 more good years left, you know.
yeah,
Maybe
you know,
more.
if you're felt fairly healthy. If you're not having a lot of health issues, why not?
Gary's problem is cheap.
Well, I've only been in the hospital one time in my life. And that was the beginning of the year when I had an allergic reaction to the medication that I'm taking.
I remember your lips. Yeah.
When you were born, were you in the hospital
You
then?
were born, eh?
No, yeah, I was born in the hospital twice then.
Close basket.
So in the last all these years, you know, I haven't been in the hospital.
Yeah.
I worked.
So
I used to work in the hospital though. I worked in the hospital. So I was in the hospital.
Well, then it's more than one time then.
And if
Yeah, I
your
worked
legs, one thing I tell people is you need good legs in the Philippines.
Yeah, well, I do walk. Well, I walk, I had it on my video. I walked 40 minutes to the town.
Yeah, you need to have good legs in the Philippines.
You mean that 50-second video? Come on. Oh, you did another one. Pretty good.
Before I knew how to upload.
Oh, a long walk. 54 seconds, man.
I did look pretty exhausted though, didn't I? Hey,
Here's
Yeah.
There he is.
Hey,
here's the guy
Maybe
gets
you guys can be roommates.
about-
Hey, maybe you guys can be roommates over there.
there is one thing you need to consider, Gary, as well, and this is a fact that everybody from Europe or America, more or less, which moves to the Far East or South America and whatever, you shorten your life expectancy with 3, 4, 5 years, even if you're healthy, because the heat, all the different bacteria, everything else you go, and there is statistics on that. So you will live 4 or 5 years longer if you stay put in the States due to the health system, due to everything.
Well, you do know that I've gotten several vaccinations here for traveling. I've had
Syphilis?
Nothing to do with that, Gary.
2 shots of Japanese encephalitis, hepatitis A, but I'll have the second one in February. I had 3 rabies shots already. 3 rabies shots. 1 typhoid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we did that one too, Gary. I
And
took
all
a
the
lot.
rest, she said I had in my blood. I don't have to worry about it.
And then you got to step off the bus and get killed.
Gary, so are you telling me that?
I've had 5 COVID shots.
But Gary, are you telling me that you are the only one in the world who moved to the Far East, which has done all these precautions?
I'm just taking my precautions,
You'll get
Yeah.
killed anyway.
Even though, look at the average. I mean, you can search it up on the internet. It's damn easy. You can knock off 3, 4 years of your life when you move to that place. It's a fact. It doesn't matter if you are the healthiest fucker in the world, because then you would have maybe lived till you were 95 in the US and you will live to 90 now. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, but
Hey, John's got some good advice for you. Bedwetter gets the bottom bunk.
But now, Gary, I'm going to tell you, my personal view is if you live 5 years less, but you're happy, it's worth it.
Oh, yeah, well, I agree with you. It's worth it. It's just,
I agree.
DJ Vince.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, DJ
So
Vince.
that's my personal opinion.
Say rocking, I can't read. I need some glasses. I'm out for a smoke break.
But Gary, you're on the
But-
right track. You just got
I
to.
can tell you that I can attest to that bedwetter thing, John, because when I got off of active duty, I went in the reserves. This one guy was a sleepwalker. And he tried getting in somebody's bed and then he'd kick him out. And so he made the round one night. He was pissing on this foot locker. It was spraying all over. So the next night after that, he come around and I knew what was going. The dude tried to get in my bed. I could get the fuck out of here. He got up. He stood up and he pissed all over this guy's stomach. It sounded like a wet rag with water being. And the guy woke up and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing, man?"
That's
Wait,
great.
he's right with the bathroom?
Hey, yeah, well, he just got up and pissed. He was a sleepwalker.
Oh, jeez.
He thought, well, yeah, you can hear that. You can hear that. That
Hi,
guy's t-shirt.
Faza. How are you? Good to see you.
Hi, Faza.
All right.
DJ's here. Liza's here. John's here.
You sure?
Michael's here.
Are you sure we don't know you, DJ?
Hi, Faza.
Gary? David?
We're going to celebrate my birthday on my live stream on Tuesday. So
How old are you? 56?
90. I want to be the old guy of the group.
Go ahead, because Gary's right now. So Gary, you can't go nowhere. You can't go nowhere tonight, man.
So, but that's Tuesday night. So,
You're just beating me with a few days then, David.
yes.
Mine is next Saturday.
Oh, really? You know,
Yeah.
the interesting thing is we're playing cards Saturday night with some friends. They're all coming here. But I think 3 of them have had birthdays in November also. So what I think it is the highly intelligent, good people have birthdays in November.
Oh, yeah. October.
How do you like that, Jared? You know?
You
The only
both are saying,
only problem is that you are Scorpio, and just on the cast to be a Sagittarius, and I'm a Sagittarius with on the other side of the cusp of being a Scorpio.
Yeah, you know, that's the weird thing is, you know, for years I actually was really directly on the line. But then they came out with some new dates like a year or 2, 3 years ago and slid me over a little bit. But you know, I'm right on that borderline. You know?
I think it's the 24th, which is the first day of Sagittarius,
Yeah,
and the 23rd is the last day, obviously, of Scorpio.
right. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it just means I'm confused or conflicting or
are you
conflicted.
No,
guys the same age?
I used to say that since I'm the cusp, I got a sting in my tail, and I know how to shoot and aim and hit.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You got lead in your pencil there.
So, Faiza, good to see you. I hope you're doing well in Indonesia. See, I remember this time.
Java.
Hey, Faisal, this is your 72-year-old talking.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Gary's younger than you, huh?
Yeah.
I got some gnats in my house, and I'm trying to zap.
Well, you brought him home with you.
Well, this is from the Philippines, but yeah, I brought some plants inside a while back, and I think they're growing out of the fungus in the plants. So I'm
What,
treating.
I get them like every summer when I get fruit at the supermarket, come home, and all of a sudden
Yeah,
these freaking gnats are around, you know?
yeah. But I think these are coming out of the soil because it's nice and warm in here. So because I got them here I got a bunch of plants in my office that usually stay outside.
No.
So I've been killing gnats.
Why is it'd be easier to talk if he was here? So then you wouldn't have to type all that. Tell Faiza, what advice do you have for Gary there?
Yeah, Faiza's a smart girl.
Being you're a female,
Yeah.
and Gary don't need no she-males, he just needs a female as a perspective.
Faiza, if you don't know what Gary's going to do is move off to the Philippines. We know you're from Indonesia, but he's going to move to a foreign country that he's never been to.
Yeah.
So you got any advice for him from a female perspective?
How would women down there in where you're from, Faiza, how would they look at? He jumped out. How would they look at a man at 73 years old? You know,
Yeah.
I got a lot.
I mean, you know, in the Philippines, we're usually welcomed. How's it in Indonesia? Are foreign men usually welcomed easily into Indonesia?
She said,
I think it depends on which area you go to, David. I mean, I've been to Indonesia many times, and if you know, obviously you are in Jakarta, there's a lot of foreigners. You go to Bali, those areas, there's a lot of foreigners. But if you go to like a little village in Sumatra or something on one of the, I mean, you know, they'll be looking at you like they haven't seen a white person in their life before.
Gary, you should come back here. Nanette's single, right? Nanette?
Gary's gone.
Simply Nanette, are you single? It's a good channel.
Well, she's got her own channel.
Well, we all know single Filipinas. If anybody needs single Filipinas, you know, there's not a person in the world that can't find you. One.
Gary needs one.
Ah, she is single.
Hey, Gary, she's single.
But she's a good person. We know her. You know?
Yeah.
But she's not ready to mingle.
I'm not ready. Well, there
She's
you go.
got the lingo.
She's honest.
Because she's single. She's got the lingo because she's single and not ready to mingle.
I heard that Gary's real good at dancing the lambada, the forbidden dance.
Hello, Pfizer. You out there somewhere? Hello.
Yeah. Greg's shy. Buzz is shy today.
Okay.
We probably scared poor Gary off.
Yeah, what would you think about he looked like a shepherd, wouldn't he, if he's like 6'3"?
He would be, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, and a long staff, or I don't know what they call that. Cane, staff.
But he was looking young today.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought
Looked like he got some rest.
yeah, he was looking good. You know?
Did he go down because of internet or he cracked the shits?
No idea.
Let's be friends all here. In, that's right.
we've
Let's all connect with each other.
we've all given him a lot of advice.
But we're not giving him the advice that he wants. That's the problem with us humans.
Well, only he can do that. I mean,
We get it in our head, and we
he's a grown man.
We don't want to take anybody's advice unless it's the advice that we want to hear. That's how we are as humans. You know, we don't want to hear the truth. We want to hear what benefits us.
It's a massive Filipino trait too. They only hear what they want to hear.
Oh gosh.
Maybe Gary could find a friend with benefits. You know?
Yeah.
Prefix, oh yes. but that's the truth, you know. I mean, I'm the same way. I don't want to take anybody's advice, unless it's already in line with theology.
I think money's a situation where I'm like, I don't think he can afford to do this trip twice. You know.
Okay.
So I said, rent a place near somebody that you know on here. You know, so you won't be alone anyway. But I'm telling you,
you could build an extra room for him, Tony.
Nah, yeah, I could, but I don't have the money for it though. But maybe you got 3 bedrooms there, don't you, Craig?
I do. He's got to wait about 5 or 6 years to one the kids.
Hey, Dad, what do you old man in the bedroom? No, but seriously, man, you can go there and you have to be open-minded because lots of folks don't have a lot. So, and they're not ashamed of what they have. So, you know, you don't sit in there and judge people by where they live or what they eat.
But that's the major topic: work and money, and don't understand why you would want to play sports or do other aspects in your life that don't create an income or a profit, and they can't understand that because it's totally different upbringing. You know, you only do something if you can make money out of it. Or
another thing you guys said earlier. And Gary says that, you know, if I have a budget of 50,000, where am I going to get the extra for, even if they ask for it? The problem is that, you know, when they realize you don't have more than the 50,000 and it's not enough, you know, it's bye-bye.
Yeah. Now you're in trouble. Now you're the bad one. Yeah, no, it is. Or they leave.
Sounds like a.
Until the check comes back in, then they come back.
That's exactly what happened to that guy who went broke down in Dumaguete. You know, that the guys had to help back to the States and everything. He got twins with his girl, and he moved into this little barangay, and he got ousted there. I mean, he was like a hero as long as he had money, and when all the money ran out, nobody wants to talk to him.
Who's this? Who's this? Gare,
Yeah.
who's this?
The guy with which the guys in Dumaguete was helping out. There was a lot of shit on the internet.
Oh, Ricky?
No, not Ricky.
No, he didn't have kids with anybody, I don't think.
Yeah, no. It was this American dude, which is back in the States now and working and stuff, trying to
No.
because
Oh, that crazy guy?
yeah.
Oh, Peter Van Dever?
No, not him either, Tony. I mean, was the guy who was been on for months about him with oh fuck, what's his name again, with the gray hair and glasses, which is with Baby May, which was helping out
Oh.
and everything.
Baby May, that's
Paul, his name Paul or something. What was his?
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, I'll
Paul.
do it.
Yeah, Paul.
He was a car salesman, right?
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, from well, no, he didn't sell cars.
Oh, Paul's Sexual Asian Adventure.
He was selling the finances for the cars.
Yeah. He was back in the States recently.
All right, old dog.
The old
Yeah,
dog.
do tricks. Yeah.
He's back in the States working.
No. Relax now. He's just been to Thailand for a month, 6 weeks with Baby May, health checkup and all that shit. He was in the States last year for a month just to do some private shit. He'd been back in the Philippines a long time.
Yeah, he had a health issue or something at some point, and I know he ran into financial issues at some point too. And,
Not Paul. Paul didn't. That's again wrong.
okay.
The other Paul has never had any financial issues.
I thought he came back for because he was lovesick. We got it, boy.
$EJ.
Is that
Hello to you.
hello to me?
I think he's new. She's new. They're new.
Thumbs up.
Mm.
Hello to you. What's your story?
Like,
Our problem is, Gary's a really good dude. He's a really, really good guy. And,
Yeah, we know that.
and that's the point is we don't want to, if he was a jerk off, we wouldn't really care if he went over there and but,
You can't get bummed out by somebody you've never been, physically near. I mean,
well, I disagree with that. I mean, people, form an attachment. Whether you actually now the attachment may change.
there's another one around the corner, man.
But virtual relationships are not real, but they have because they're not based in reality, but they still pull on the heartstrings in the mind because you buy into the concept and the thing.
Here's what I did. I talked to mine. I think I was talking to from January. I went to Dominican and then I went to the Philippines in June. And then I came back the following year in July. So it's a lot different once you've been with them.
No, that's my point. So you have one type of relationship that's a virtual, thing but when you meet them, it either continues and blossoms or does a 180 and goes totally the different way. So because when you're doing it nothing but online, it's a fantasy. And some guys are pretty happy with that because it's a confident fantasy. There's no downside. So I send the girl $100 a month. I get to visit with her. She shows me sexy pictures, and and I got a wife, I got a girlfriend over in the film. Whatever it is, people buy into that fantasy because it's comfortable. Reality,
Say,
it's safe. Real
Well,
relationships are
he
different.
wants that full commitment to relationship for somebody he's had
Guys,
been near him.
there is nothing different with dating LDR with a Filipina or an American or a Norwegian or a UK. I mean,
Mm.
most people today they meet over dating apps like Tinder or whatever it is, even here in the UK. And God knows how many times, she doesn't just live around the corner for you. She might live in another town. I mean, it's like you live in Tennessee. They might start, a relationship online first with somebody living in California or Alabama or in Florida or whatever. And then you go back and forth and you flirt and you try to, and then, at some point you meet them. And I mean, I was dating a few girls in England, and we had really funny, super relationships on the phone and on internet and whatever. Then I finally went to meet the girl, which and then after 5 minutes in the restaurant with her, I was like, what the fuck have I done in the past 4 months? Because
It's not the same.
there wasn't anything there. You know what I mean? So there is nothing different with the Philippines. I know a guy who had a 3-year LDR with a girl in the Philippines. They were like every day 3-4 hours on the phone or on Skype and whatever have you. And he gets down there, and after a week, he just realized that she had all these habits that you don't know when when you're living with them 24/7. You know what I mean? And it didn't suit him at all.
Yeah.
But you don't know what the family is like. You don't know. Do they snore? Do they do annoying shit, which is like
Right.
possible for you to live with?
Do they do boom boom when you're laying next to them sleeping? I mean,
What is the difference between that and meeting somebody on Tinder or Badoo or any other or Plenty of Fish or whatever, even if you live in a different state in America or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
yeah.
It can work, but you got to realize it's not reality until you get there.
But you also have to remember that there is a lot of bored guys which are lonely and they're very happy to have a long distance online relationship and supporting that woman with a bit of money and so forth, because it's almost paying for a social service of chatting and having somebody to speak with, and it's completely non-sexual, is anything, but they like to have a woman to talk to, even 2 or 3, as long as they make that clear for the woman so they don't lead her down the wrong path and she is wasting her time. But there is a lot of guys who just need people. I mean, I was operating.
Gary wants to come back after.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's asking for the link.
There he is.
But you're right. A lot of guys want to feel loved, no matter how you got to attain it.
I can tell you, David. I can tell you because I was running 800, 900 chat lines in the States from 1991 for about 12 years, and I did that in countries all around the world, in England, in Australia, in the Philippines, in Germany, everywhere. We had almost 4,000 women working for us on the phone lines, which is basically adult lines. But you can tell me that I would say 70% of the people who call these premium chat lines advertised as adult sex lines. They just wanted to call and bitch about their wife. They wanted to call and vent I mean, went out frustration, and I would say, on my experience, 30% actually were calling to have a jerk off on the line. 70% was. So I said, we were doing a great social service because, 2/3 of the men calling us just wanted companionship.
Yeah, they're lonely. Yeah, I get it, and I agree with you 1,000.
Well,
No, I don't, I can just talk from a fact because, we have done millions, I mean millions of phone calls to our call centers with these type of lines during the 90s and early 2000s when I was in this industry. And, I know everything about, the different fetishes. I mean, I can show you the stats of,
fetish.
I got everything down to a fucking T when it comes to all of that shit.
Well, you should have a hotline your own. Man. You can make money on that. Then.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta take Lorelai to dinner. So
Yeah.
Enjoy.
make sure you come back on Tuesday night for my stream, and we'll talk.
Tuesday night, 5:30 p.m.
Make
Hey,
Central.
sure you
don't go to that restaurant that you didn't like.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
we
Try Chinese or an Indian or something today.
She came in and gave me the stink eye about needing to go eat. So, you know how that is. I better go do that. But, we'll be back on Tuesday night as always. So,
You don't wanna make Pini hungry because then you're gonna get a shitty Friday evening.
That's it.
No, none of that.
That's it. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you
All right,
Tuesday.
David. Thanks for coming.
Be safe, everybody. Good luck, Gary.
Yeah.
I'm old. I have a weak streak. John, man, you'd be busting me up, man, if I was drinking.
Week stream 10 times a night.
Oh my God, I got the same type of humor like that, man. It's funnier now. Oh my God. But Gary, you're the guy. I mean,
How come?
what are you willing?
Get off of my subject now. How
Gary.
come Fonda didn't come up?
I don't know. Maybe she will. Gary, what can you do without, and what do you have to have when to go there? To be okay.
Let's get off of my subject here. Let's just
No.
do a general thing. What do you?
General,
what do you
okay.
need? You tell me what we need.
Okay. Well, we try that.
What do we need?
Next. Where's Ronald?
No idea.
Hey, what do you need? What do you need, Gear, if you went there?
What do I need?
Yeah. What?
I need good health. I need, well, for my standard of living, I wouldn't go there if I couldn't spend 150, 200,000 peso a month.
That's way too much.
I just read a very interesting thing.
Way too much. I mean, number one, I would not live further away than an hour from Davao, Cebu, or Manila because of those are the only three major hospital places.
Yeah, Makati too.
I wouldn't live, and obviously you go on trips to weekend trips and whatever to Palawan and this, that, and the other. But if I was living anywhere, I would be living not more than an hour from a proper hospital, because I've just seen too many people who live in Dumaguete and not just like even only 3, 4, 5 hours from Cebu, which has died of strokes and heart attacks which could have been saved if they were living smarter and closer to the hospital.
You're older. When you get older, like we are, you just can't throw caution to the wind, man. And go, I'm gonna eat some baby back ribs, no matter what the doctor tells me. Yeah,
I would never move to
I like
you know,
this job.
and any other places, because there are only 3 places where they have proper hospitals, proper equipment, and whatever. Is it
Mhm.
and maybe in Angeles as well, the hospital in Angeles.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. But yeah, you're right. Cebu's going, Doc, Makate, that'd be
Wow.
that'd be in your Davao, yeah, that'd be in your best interest to
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, with
Gary.
health and stuff,
Gary,
I wouldn't live in Butuan because Butuan is way too. If you get a stroke or a heart attack or anything, and to get from Butuan down to Davao, you'd be dead on the way down there.
yeah, yeah. I've been thinking. I go to this cardiologist. Now I give this guy $800, and it's his nurses keep telling me, well, your heart rate's in a range of 60 to 100, and I'm at 92. And I told him I don't feel comfortable with that, and she pretty much told me that's all they're gonna frickin' do for me. So I go to my regular doctor and I tell him, I said, these guys, they won't give me no beta blockers. They want you to maybe reduce my levothyroxine, thyroid meds. And
Let me answer. So based on that, Gary, based on where I would choose to live, I couldn't live around Davao within an hour of Cebu or within an hour of Manila for 50,000 or 70,000 peso a month, because those are more expensive parts of the Philippines. I couldn't.
Well, isn't that kind of looking in negative there? Thinking that you're
healthcare.
going to go to the hospital.
Sorry.
Healthcare is going to cost you.
Isn't that kind of thinking kind of negatively that I'm going to get ill, I'm going to have to need the hospital?
Well,
cover yourself.
If you've been dead one time and you had 3 heart attacks, like I have had, and I survived due to fucking awesome healthcare, and that I was close.
Well, then you'd want to consider that, yeah.
I don't want to go to, Zamboanga or Bohol or any of those places and live. You know what I mean? It's not about being negative. It's about being fucking smart.
Yeah, can you get this set that we're not shifting constantly here?
Well, there's somebody trying to come up.
Oh, here's Faza. Okay.
That's far.
The internet problems, I think.
Faza up. Oh, now she's not. Now she is.
We got problems in Indonesia.
Maybe the weather's bad.
When I was younger, and I went to the Thailand a lot and all over the place. I mean, I was staying out in the jungle and everywhere because you didn't think about anything of that when you were late 20s, 30s, and 40s. You were invisible. I went everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think about it now either.
Sorry for my connection, everybody. I don't know what happened.
Are we connected now, Indonesia? This is your 72-year-old talking to you.
I don't know.
So what do you think, Faza?
It's not really good for these several days, and maybe this week.
What, your internet's not good this week?
Yeah, my internet. I don't know other people.
Did you see that that thing was done by the World Health Organization? They surveyed 191 member countries, and for the overall health, what's the best healthcare country? Best country for healthcare.
I have no clue, Gary.
Philippines? The number one
Germany.
country for healthcare is France.
You may have my eyeballs go nuts.
France is number one. The United States came in 37th.
No, nobody could beat me at that shell game after this.
I bet you that I bet you all the Scandinavian countries got in very
Yeah.
high.
Well, France came in first. Can you believe it?
For
Who
what?
come in second?
Who, Pepe Le Pew?
Let me think. Because they have it written here. They didn't say. Let's see.
I'm trying to fix
Um,
to restart my Wi-Fi. So
Well, we're here.
yeah, well,
let's see if I can find it here.
Reboot the whole deal, man. Unplug that
Not
thing.
really,
Plug it
not
back in.
really,
And put it back. I learned that from
Oh,
Creative
yes.
Monk. You unplug that thing, and wait. How long can you wait? And then you redo it, and then you're on top
Now
of that.
this is everything, like nutrition and everything about health, all healthcare type thing, even
Yeah,
nutrition, everything like that. Well, let me see. Second was well, it says here that first was France, and Italy was a close second. I don't
For
know
what?
who to.
For what? Healthcare?
Seventh was Spain was seventh.
For
The
what?
United States finished 37th ahead of Slovenia and
Mhm.
Cuba. No, it didn't say about any other ones.
Well, the latest list just got out of the wealthiest countries per inhabitant living in the world, and Ireland had the highest per capita. Norway number 2, and Finland number 3. Qatar number 4, and New Zealand and Australia was fairly high up as well.
Oh, wow. The richest people. Who is the richest man in the world? Or
You.
a woman?
You know, well,
Well, I mean, if you don't think about if you think about normal people, which is not like head of states or anything like that. I mean, as in the kings and whatever. Then I think at the moment is Elon Musk, because
No, it's not
well-
Musk. It's that other guy,
Bezos?
Buzzer or something like that.
Bezos.
Amazon guy.
I just
No,
said
no,
Bezos
no, no, no,
all
no.
the time.
Yeah, that's old news now. His shares. So you have to follow what happened on the fucking stock market. Even Mark Zuckerberg has lost 2/3 of his wealth in the last few months.
That's what that Bitcoin will do to you.
We should have got Robert on here. He would know that stuff.
Oh, Robert?
Yeah, he knows that facts.
He ain't coming on here.
Trust me,
You can look it up, too.
one at the moment is Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's got a lot of. He got a lot of.
It used to be Bezos, but shares in Amazon has gone down a lot the last 3-4 months. So he's
Oh,
not.
wow.
Musk must have a shitload of investors, man, because he doesn't have to do it solo.
Well, would YouTube know that right now?
No, just general Google, man. Regular
Just
Google.
Google it, man.
You type in what you want, you'll get closer and closer to it. Even if
I didn't mean YouTube. I meant internet. Let's
Sure,
see.
but you got to watch sometimes because they don't have dates on shit and quotes and information.
Yeah, you have to look at the latest Forbes list of wealth. or
Yeah, it might
something
be
like
from 3 years ago. Yeah. So
No, you have to look
My computer's too slow at getting the information.
shitloads has changed from 2021 to 2022 now because of the stock market
Really?
downturn at the beginning of this year.
Oh man, Plaza keeps dropping
Wise will
off.
be okay now. I think
Yeah.
you
Is
could,
it better?
I think your thing will be okay. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
now Ah,
Look at that,
still,
man.
I don't know.
Well, you're on here now. Oh, you're not. There you are.
So
You're not. There you are.
I restart already, but I don't know. We have raining for this week.
Oh,
Mhm.
rain
Almost every day, yes, almost every day.
Mhm.
seems to be hitting
Oh my
hitting that
God.
area now. Rain.
Yeah, she just get a
Are you
boat.
having any snow yet, Tony?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I have some dusting here.
Oh yeah.
Went to the food store today purposely to get some rock salt and forgot. Got home and oh shit. So I
Walking
went. I didn't buy any even Coke Zero. I got eggs. I put a little milk in them today. Man, it was real good like that. I like
Did you
mine
say
with it.
it was minus
It's -5 right now.
minus
See, minus
5?
5 C. Yeah.
Oh geez, -5. Oof.
C. That's sent. It's 20. It's about 25 here or something like that.
25 Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit, right? It's -5 point whatever Celsius.
Yeah, we got it like -2. I think
Hmm.
it's 26 here.
You should be out. You should be out sitting outside enjoying the weather. Then
Yeah, I know it.
you can have my bad weather when I go, boy. My son getting married in 2024. Now he got engaged, and my grandson's baby's due December 1st, and her name's gonna be a Spanish name, Sochio, but it's spelled like XOTXO whatever.
That's a weird name, isn't it?
Sochio, not for Spanish.
Oh yeah, Chochia.
Yeah, she's Mexican by heritage. So
Oh.
my daughter tells me that my other grandson, I don't know how old he is. God, he must be shoot, man. He must be 18 or something. He calls her Chunky.
Hmm.
So my daughter's mother, my oldest daughter's mother, they sold their house in California and bought a house on a lake in Idaho. And I'm like, I don't like cold weather like this. I have no use for this shit. So her husband though, he's like 66. So I don't know if he's doing his Social Security yet or he's waiting, but I think they're living off of the profit from the house.
Oh wow. I got a friend of mine, grew up with him, a childhood friend. He called me last night. He called me the night before, actually. He's still working. He's same age as me, and has to keep working.
Yeah, you know what though, man? I mean, I retired, but my goodness, if you don't have nothing, boy, this is like the boringest freaking existence. You know, you got to go on one of those jobs like Bruce does down there in Mississippi. He goes to Walmart. So for down there, it's easy
Yeah,
because they're more hospitable than other parts of the country. So,
yeah. This guy works for like Costco, but it's called BJ's.
there's no pressure job. You get to intermingle with folks, and not so much on the negative one because if they don't have any money, they're not coming in the store,
Yeah.
So,
Hey, what do you think this bracelet I made?
wow, that one recently you made that.
Would you say this is too? Yeah, I just
See.
made it recently. It's connects like
Looks
that.
nice. Oh, is that the one with the magnetic? Yeah. Did you make that for anybody?
Yeah, it has a magnetic.
Yeah, see that, man. I like.
No, this one I was just kind of experimenting, but I mean it fits me. But I was wondering if you thought this was kind of like too thick for a woman. Like it's more like a man's.
No, that ain't too thick. Well, ask Faiza. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, goes on. It's real nice. I always thinking of like two pieces, like an end cap and a clasp,
Oh,
but this
shit.
one's like
Sorry,
a
Gary.
one piece thing here, and goes real nice.
I meant to blow you up here. Wait, let's look at the. Oh man, now it ain't working. What the hell? Oh, fudge. Gotta be shitting me. Solo layout, man. Damn.
Yeah, and I have another one on the works, but this
Yeah.
one's
Let me
I
see
have
if I can.
okay. All right, so
There we
here
go.
it is, and it's real nice. He twists here, it goes off, and goes right back on. Flip, real quick.
Oh, it's not. Wait. Let's just. Here we go.
There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
like that.
You know, and it
Yeah.
has this little little like a little thing. You see that little thing right there? It's I can't see it in the small, but right there, little thing.
Mhm.
So it kind of clicks.
A little ball there for it to sit
Okay.
on. Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Now,
Visa, unplug your Wi-Fi and unplug it for about a minute or so, and then reboot the computer all over again.
now this one is the flat braid one I'm working on.
You know what? I think there's some bondage stuff you're making there, man.
This one is real nice for a woman because it's flat, it's thin, it's
Looks like
you know, has a nice,
Long Dong Silver's cock ring.
yeah, I have a nice clasp on it too. I have it in a bag here, but
Hmm.
that'll be nice. It's very well liked because of the black diamonds on that one.
Yeah. How long does it take you to make something like that?
Well, this one takes a little time because I have to flatten it, you know. So, but I don't know. It doesn't take me long. It just I have to cut the leather. Now this one's a little bit, since it's a little fatter. These are 1/4 inch strips here, and I braid 6 of them. So
Okay.
it's not doesn't take very long. It's easier to braid this one actually. Now I had another one here that I was doing originally right here, and I because I needed something to fit inside this connector,
Fucking-
and
This
this
is-
one would fit in the connector as well. But this one is 8 strips braided, and 8 strips is hard to braid.
What's that color on the outside? Is that green? Or is that
Yeah, this
fungus?
one is green and brown. Yeah, just
Okay.
green and brown.
A reversible deal? Or no?
It just happens to be that way when it
Oh,
goes
okay.
like that when each side, you know. So, well, I don't, you know, I can't tell because I haven't timed it because I kind of like, you know, measure it and then I cut it up. I cut it later and then when I have all the strips and I braid it, but and then I add this coating, this smooth cream. It's called Carnauba cream. It's leather finish. I put this leather finish on there. So it's my hobby, you know. Hobby. I also have this one. Is a red and black one here.
Chờ mỗi anh Daniel.
If I unmuted myself, you could hear me. Gary, here. I'll try to talk in the seconds that you're on here.
Yeah.
You like what kind of
But
dating
this one's
advice?
not
What kind of dating advice or for a foreigner in Indonesia would you give Gary? Where are the hot spots for him?
give
Is
anybody, but does not specify me. Just say anybody.
well, anybody. I'm sorry, Gary. You're taken. That's right.
That's right.
Okay, for anybody. Not only Gary, but everybody.
For you or for Craig, with anybody.
There you go. Well, Craig had information for you, but you kept talking over. Huh? What you got there, man? Captain Crunch?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I got leftover pork and rice with some
Hey.
carrot, potato, and stuff in it. It's just in the fridge, just 1 minute
Nice
in the
work.
microwave, ready to go.
Yeah, nice work, Gary. John says.
Mm.
Would buy the red.
Oh,
Viking
thanks,
would buy
John.
the red one.
Thank you, John.
Kind of a gothic devil thing with the red and the black.
Yeah, the red and black is not very popular. I don't know why.
Well, who have you been asking though? I mean, how do you assume that it's not popular?
Well, with the people that I've been asking them have been popular.
Well, you made it, but the point is, everybody likes something different for a different reason. So,
Well, they all
you
they
do good
all-
work.
they all
know.
seem to like the black and the brown.
Really? Okay.
Every one of them. Yeah, they all seem to like that.
Well, Viking would buy the red one from me. He says the red and black.
I'd buy a black and white one.
There
Black
you
and
go.
white. Yeah, black and white.
And then black and brown is good. It's like male colors as well because guys they wear like black shoes and brown leather
Yeah.
shoes and stuff
right.
like that.
I was kind of like daydreaming here, and then Gary starts talking. I went, oh shit, I forgot he was there. Gary makes a lot of nice stuff. I don't, but you don't sell it, do you?
No, I don't sell anything.
She ain't on here. Maybe you could ask her what you could sell it for, and if you in Indonesia, what that would, if they, what someone there would pay for that.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's her, not us. We don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, I also have my artwork, so
Yeah, that too. You could do some artwork down there too.
You got your body as well. You could sell that.
Yeah, you could. I could pimp you out.
Only take 20% commission.
Yeah. I'll give you. I only charge you 15 if you leave them smiling,
Oh, it's undercutting.
not disappointed.
losing connection.
There is that short end of the stick.
Is Faza
balls.
coming up again?
I don't know. She's trying. I'm not Gary, but I like. Yeah. That's a nice one. He does a lot of good work. But Gary, do you ever sell that stuff, or you just collect it, or what?
Excuse me.
No, I just do it.
Okay, but so you got it laying around the room there. You got all kinds of stuff that you've done the wrists. I like that one, like that magnetic. I don't know.
Well,
if you
the
call it
art I have on my wall. The art I have on my walls,
Yeah, but I mean,
I have the art
leather
on the walls.
bracelets-
Yeah, so
Yeah, the leather bracelets, though. Like I don't know what you'd call them, a hasp or a link. That magnetic thing. That's.
well, I don't
You
have
know.
that many of them. I don't have that many leather bracelets.
You only got one of them. That's a prototype.
Yeah, I was always experimenting with it and things, and trying to get
Well.
something, some product. But I had this one.
Huh?
It's an easy one to work with.
Oh,
Separate
okay.
cap and clasp, and it connects very quickly. But this proved to be a failure to me,
Uh-oh.
and I had a lot of other braided stuff, here, but I never did anything with it really. I have this blue and black one right here.
Let's see. Wait a minute.
But that has
turquoise, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like exactly turquoise.
I
And
like
it has a
that.
cap like that, and
How many of them do you have? Just the one?
yeah, I don't have any more blue leather.
Okay. Oh, look who's here. What a booty cat.
Hey,
Visor,
there we go.
did that advice work for you?
Now they just around me, just on
Well,
side.
you might have, along with bad weather in the ionosphere, is that
Yeah,
correct?
is it okay? Is it okay?
Yeah. Well, it just went away, but it was
Let's
okay.
take you back.
But there could
Get
be
you
that
off
there
of
are,
here.
listen, there could be that there's a lot of people in your area, on the internet, you know. So.
Oh my! I plug
Gary,
and I plug and unplug. I unplug and plug in again.
but you got to
But
give
I
it
don't.
time. You got to give it time when you do it.
Yeah.
Gary, how much, Pfizer? You've seen those wristbands of Gary's here. How much you think something like that would sell for down there by you?
What is that?
Gary Shore,
The bracelet?
that's
Is
a
that
bracelet.
bracelet?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
They got a little magnet, little
is
thin
that
wrist.
from?
Gary made those.
Is that from the leather? The
Yeah,
leather?
it's fine.
Leather, yeah. Yep. Hmm.
What
I-
leather?
Cow leather.
I braid the leather. I'll show you the leather.
Gary's got a lot of
What,
art.
what I mean, from the animals or just kind of
Of course, it's not Shino vinyl.
Here's
It's
the leather. Here's the leather.
yeah.
From this leather, I make this.
The skin
You
of
made
cow.
yourself, Gary?
Yeah, I make it myself.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty good, man.
Leather craftsman here. I also made this one, Faza. This is a thin one. I haven't
Well, if I-
put the connectors
If I had
on
a
yet.
shoe, I'd throw it at you.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
You saw that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I do.
It's,
I measure and cut, braid the leather.
Twitter and club.
A lot of leather.
Business home school teacher.
I'm gonna make a black and brown one.
Wow, that's cool, John. Oh man.
You can sell from YT, Gary, when you do live stream kind of like that. But of course, it's not in a piece. Maybe you can style it on how to say, because
Yes.
yeah.
eBay.
eBay.
What-
or-
But Pfizer, what would somebody charge about? What would be your guess as to how much would somebody charge for something like that by you?
It depends of the how to say, the material we made.
Hmm.
Well,
So, yeah,
this is goat skin.
Go.
Yeah,
Yeah, those
now
back-
what I mean, if the material is the original, like maybe
Hmm.
Yeah, it's original.
That's for sure. Well, it once belonged to some cows.
Must belong to a goat. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
glue factory goat too. Gary's got Gary was wearing a belt around his neck all the time.
Yeah, I got other pieces here too. Got some other colors.
yeah.
Is there a special farm that breeds the blue ones? I don't know.
Sorry, my connection. Yeah, it depends on the material. If from the original,
Special
I'm amusing
Yeah,
myself.
very
Don't worry.
Got a very nice red here.
got
Very nice color red here.
red here, man. How'd you get red, Gary?
yeah.
Brown.
The red one.
Here's the green that I had that I took that green from.
Oh, green cow. We got red cow, green cows up here, man.
Actually, this red
You
one
guys-
was tanned in Nigeria.
Ah, they got red cows in Nigeria.
Yeah. and then we got the black, you know. So,
Let me get you. Okay.
but this is half of the size that I would get,
It looks like a big fat woman's skirt, man.
and this piece here would cost me like $75.
Oh
Right.
boy.
Wow. And how many would you get out of that?
How many bracelets would you get at?
If I do the flat braid, you know, I only cut 4mm strips. So I
Okay.
get quite a few
Huh?
out of this. I only
Yeah,
cut a 4mm strip.
Yeah, Gary, his and her set. Yeah, you could make one for you and one for your prospective bride.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, usually I found that kind of souvenir on the tourism spot, kind of like that.
Yeah, Jakarta, something like that.
In yeah, everywhere, not only in Jakarta, everywhere. Or
Okay.
maybe the shop with the accessories, kind of like that.
So you can get a couple dollars for that there by you then, huh?
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Just got back scratchers. Oh, okay. That damn. You know, my mother gave me one. I haven't used it yet. Those things are. If you don't have them back, if you don't have them back scratchers, you got to be in that S&M stuff to get your back scratched.
It gets expensive.
Or you could,
Gotta have
or you
40
could, or you could, or you
Greg
could
is
hold
the only
your
one that knows
cat.
what I
You
said.
could hold your cat by its legs.
It's got
He'll scratch
claws,
your
man.
back good.
Yeah, you know what?
By his back legs back there, and he'll
My-
scratch
my-
your back.
My sister had a cat that had kids when we were young, and my dad was sleeping on the couch, and this kitten jumped on his head, and he sat up, and the cat had its claws locked into his forehead, so he sat up, and the cat was like, I'll tell you what mistake my sister's cat made. My youngest sister's cat. I had the munchies, right? So I'm cooking one of those Chef Boyardee homemade pizza things, you know, and I got the munchies from toking it up, you know, and I was sitting there getting ready to dig in, and that cat snatched the pizza. And I grabbed that cat like that, and that cat went up against the wall and came down just like a cartoon. Because ain't nobody messes with somebody's food when you got the munchies, man.
Yeah. I remember holding a cat one time, and there was a dog came by,
Uh-oh.
and that cat just put his claws in and jumped off real quick.
How did he jump out? He sunk his claws into you?
Yeah, he sunk his claws in me so he could get a grip and run, you know, jump.
Good thing he didn't have you on your ball sack, man.
Yeah.
That'd be painful, boy.
They seem to have a lot of cats in Asian countries, don't they?
Yeah, not for long though. Sometimes they end up on the dinner plate.
Because not much is deep sex, I reckon. Not many
Yeah.
animals are deep sex.
Cats and dogs get around just like people do over there. Well, at least in the Philippines, you'll see the dogs running around, and they don't belong to nobody, because around there, that dog is cute when it's a puppy, and after a while, most people just don't care about them anymore. You know, poison them or something. Not everybody.
At least it's not an alligator or something.
Well, you can have that as a pet, man. You got to teach it not to bite you. That's all.
You got to get it right first time, though.
They'd be
Yeah.
running all over the roads. You know, alligators be running all over the
Yeah,
road.
you'll have Greenpeace or whatever those organizations, cruelty against animals.
Oh, yeah, right.
Even if the thing had a lock on your leg and you shot it, they'd say you didn't have to do it that way.
We would have given you a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got another cold there, Faiza. You got another cold? Fever? You must have had a late night. Didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah, I get late night last night.
You're on the internet there, huh?
It's around 2 a.m. I just sleep. If I'm not
Oh,
forgotten.
okay.
Yeah, 2
What
2
time,
a.m.
a.m.
what time did you wake up?
I just 7.
You have 5 hours of sleep? That's pretty much me, 5 to 7. Now that I'm retired, it's like 7. But I'll wake up for no reason at 5 a.m. and lay back down. That freaking alarm tick makes me mad. So I might as well just get up and do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened with my connection.
You know what happens is when the ionosphere has a lot of interruptions in it, and there's probably a lot of people on the internet there by you. There's probably a lot of heavy use at this time of the morning for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's too bad. Oh, no, she went off again. Too bad she can't get a good connection. She could sing a
You got
song.
got some gator jerky, huh?
Oh, boy.
I don't think I like the peppered beef jerky, but I love pepper's a great spice, but you gotta use it right. You know, you can't. You can sprinkle a little bit on your eggs. My son was telling me I put my skim milk on there, and I've gotten used to skim milk. I wouldn't, you know, and I put it in my eggs this morning, and boy, oh boy, them, you know, fluffed them up a bit, and I put my extra virgin olive oil. I cooked them in, so I'm getting my dose because I'm getting tired of taking that 1 tablespoon. You know, I mix it in as long as I ingest it. Saves me the trouble like that, you know. Uh-oh. Maybe that become hey Tom. Maybe that become Gary's nickname, Gator. Tom is saying aloha.
Hello, Tom. How you going?
Thank you for being here. Oh, that's okay. You can pop whenever you pop up. At least you get a few conversation, a few sentences in before it goes away. 'Cause Gary was waiting on you. You made his day.
You moved 3 spots up the list.
Hmm. Yeah, you get near the top there. Don't take
Hey.
much. They soon be out of virgins, huh? Yeah, Gary, if you go down there and change your ways, you can have 4 wives.
Now, where's that?
Indonesia, where anybody Muslim believes following.
I don't know if I can't afford 4 wives.
Well, don't. Maybe just think about it. It'd be endless love for you. When one says no, well, they can't all say no to you, so you'd have it made.
You could probably
War's
go down
about the
there
limit.
too.
What's that?
You could go down
War's
there,
about.
Yeah, how'd you like all 4 of them to be mad at you at the same time?
Oh, jeez.
My God, you wouldn't want to go to sleep.
Thinking the other end of the spectrum. They'll all be happy with you at the same time. You've only got 4 things to use. Doesn't matter.
A little bit. Just a little.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that, but I watched a true movie last night called The Serpent. Netflix, really. It's not a rehashed an old movie title. The guy and his lady travel to Asia, killing young foreigner travelers. Well, a good thing for Gary, he's not young. So, hurricane or typhoon, yeah. Oh, there was, huh? I don't know. I thought that one missed where. I didn't know they came down that far. Craig, do you get them down there by you? Typhoons? You get the rain?
Northern Australia. We call them cyclones here, like
Okay.
North Queensland, top of WA, Northern Territory.
Yeah, but
down.
Greg, Greg, didn't you have some serious flooding down in Victoria?
Yeah, still going on because
Yeah, I saw some
Yeah,
stuff on
flooded,
YouTube.
and then
Terrible.
a couple
Jan,
of dams filled up and overflowed
Yeah.
because they couldn't
Dion.
go over capacity. So
Oh boy, I only hear.
Wasn't there a dam which broke or something and flattened the whole town or something?
yeah, the New South
Oh, I
Wales
see.
break, it just overflowed
Oh,
like the full capacity, and then
Oh my gosh.
everything went and took out a couple of towns. Yeah,
yeah,
Started with
it looks like it was almost like a tidal wave or something
yeah, they
coming
said
out.
like it was an inland tsunami because it just all.
Can't wear a dress in a hurricane, huh?
So,
Nobody died?
don't know. Don't know. I remember the town started with an E. That's all I can remember. Unagawa or something.
No,
but,
place
yeah,
name. Who's her?
Yeah.
Her who?
But-
Name is.
drought and fire at the start of the year, and now floods.
Yeah.
It's one thing.
Yeah, well, I read something that this has been the worst year since record in Australia for flooding.
There's actually someone I seen something 2 or 3 days ago saying that his theory was that the big earthquake volcano in Tonga about 6-8 months ago or something.
Yeah,
When everyone, his thing was saying that is why we're getting so much rain because it changed something in the atmosphere.
it could
I don't
be.
know how
Could be.
they're saying because of the explosion it changed the currents and the
Typhoon.
ocean or something. So
Yeah.
Typhoon's the same thing as a hurricane, Tom. We call them hurricanes here. They call them typhoons.
and we call them cyclones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in Florida and Puerto Rico, there'd be little water spout. The bad weather would come. Nobody'd leave the beach because it'd come in and go as fast as it came. You know, everybody would just stay there. What's up? Dion is talking about who?
I can't reach today.
Diane, she ain't even here.
Oh, I see. Hello, I see.
She ain't even here.
Oh no, Gary's gone.
Gary too, huh? Him and Pfizer must have their own channel now.
Neat out the back.
Rice mill, only little corner.
Where's
Okay.
Kiko? Where's Kiko? Kiko is normally the first one on with you, Tony.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot. Maybe I know his wife's in Hawaii. Maybe he's doing something with the boy tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we where I'm staying, they usually get skirted by the wind and the rain. But that last typhoon that a while ago dipped and got Cagayan de Oro, which is way west of where I'm at, and it did some damage there. But usually, where Butuan is, they usually just get.
It's usually Samar and Leyte get smashed, you know.
Yeah.
But lightning is very rare.
Oh, Diane. Well, yeah, but I thought she lived where she
Yeah,
lived.
in Hawaii, oh man, that would be pretty cool. Always wanted to go there, but haven't got there.
I thought that Diane lived in the same area as Pfizer did.
Diane having hurricane. Okay. I can't read. I've got 2 things to read, and I can't read either of them.
Yeah, I'm not very good at reading. You know.
So you're working this weekend, Greg, or driving because of all the Christmas parties and stuff? So is a lot to do, or are you attending one?
I'm doing Monday, Tuesday day shift. I did 6 days straight, and then I had Wednesday, Thursday,
Well,
Friday, and
I
tomorrow off.
wouldn't say wow Viking because my concentration or attention span is not as great as it used to be due to my incident. So
I've been cramming a bit in gear because nearly 2 weeks ago, went to see my specialist to sign off on my licenses. He wouldn't sign off, so he gave me a new monitor for 3 weeks, and then I've got to go back the 23rd. He's going to make his final decision. So,
Oh,
yeah.
why is that?
My readings for my diabetes, they have a certain cutoff point. It usually averages out over the year, but they were too high, so he wouldn't sign off. So he gave me the option that if I can have some data, like hard data, that he can have to justify if he signs off or not, saying that I was on the improve to cover his ass. So
Do you have type 1 or type 2?
type 1.
Oh, you have to take insulin.
Yeah.
Injection.
7 to 10 times a day, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because with type 2, you can just take metformin and whatever, and that normally keeps it completely solid.
Yeah. So see what happens next Wednesday. Otherwise, the 8th of December will be it for me.
Well, you can be just the owner. Just have you can still have your license and stuff, can't you? And just have drivers.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might.
You have options though, right?
I have options, yeah. It's not so bad. Like last time I come on, I was really shattered because it was only 3 days, but I'm getting my head around it a bit more now. But yeah, I'll find out on Wednesday.
Well,
work out the next move.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Paying the price of 25 years of abusing my body is all coming back to me now.
Mm. How old are you now, Greg?
Sorry?
How old are you now? Same as me and Tony?
58.
Huh?
He's older than you?
I'm 58.
Well, you born in 64 or 63?
64.
Same as me.
April 64.
Oh yeah, I'll be now next Saturday. I'll be 58. Tony, you're
Right.
born in 63, aren't you?
61.
Or 61? Oh, you are old bugger.
Yeah, I'm 61.
Mm.
I'm the old, yeah. Ugh. Well, Gary ought to come back, then I won't be the oldest one here, so. But if I put two of your guys' ages together, you and you're in
You beat me by 7 months, then. Right.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
yeah, man.
It's Saturday. What's next Saturday? What is? I don't even know the date today. 18th today.
Yeah.
19th.
Next Saturday is 26.
Yeah,
So
Tom,
you're
the game's gonna be a disaster because baby Rogers there. He only wanted to beat his former coach. That guy's he's tanking those games. He's just throwing balls like he never played before. He's all about himself. He's a drama queen, just like Favre was.
I thought you had a great quarterback at Green Bay.
Huh?
I thought your quarterback was really
Yeah,
good.
but this guy, well, he's kind of a baby like the other one was. You know, he had tension and all that. He was making throws last night that are uncharacteristic of the way he is. You know, so he's full of shit.
Tom's older than you, Tony.
What's that?
Tom's older than you, so you're not the oldest here now.
Oh yeah, we're not on the panel though.
Ah, okay. Technicality.
Yeah, well, okay, Tom, I'll accept that. All right. Yeah. I'll accept that answer. The host says of the game. So here, yeah. You're the age of my eldest sister, the Queen Dodo, man.
So, Craig, in Australia,
Hmm.
when is your what's the retirement age there now? Is it 67 or 65?
It was 65. They changed it to 67, 5 or 6. I don't know. Within the
Is
last
that when you
decade.
can, is that when you're eligible for pension?
Yeah, I missed out by 1 year, so I've got to go to
Oh.
67.
Oh shit!
Right. Well, full retirement age for me is
majority of
67, but
You still got
Sorry, yeah.
9 years left.
Yeah,
well, you
Yeah,
got nothing
but-
better to do.
a lot of people retire early here because everyone's since about 1990 or 1992, everyone's had superannuation with contributions from the government, so they've been pushing that to try and get everyone to be self-funded retirees because the population's aging. But,
What about can you get if you don't get signed off because of diabetes and you
Yeah.
have to leave your current employment, do you get any type of disability or
I could probably get a sickness thing. I'm not sure how it works, but that will, because I'm not single. If I was single, it would be a lot easier, but then it would work on a ratio of how much income the missus makes.
oh,
But I'm
she
not-
works? Yeah, okay, she works
Yeah,
as well.
she works. So that's going to be the issue down the track because she's going to be working and I'll hit the pension, but because it's nearly 16-year age gap,
Hmm.
that age
Yeah, they're
difference
gonna knock off.
Can
They're
it-
gonna knock off for
of
you.
whatever my pension, yeah, what I'm entitled to. So it'll work on. But the only good thing, the place where she works changed hands about 10 months, 11 months ago, and it went from being a normal nursing home to a non-profit nursing home. So that allows you to salary sacrifice up to 15,990 per calendar year.
what's
So
What's the minimum salary in Australia now?
I don't know the average. I don't know. I'm
They're
guessing.
opting it.
The average is about 68 or something.
Sorry?
High 60,000 is the average. So I don't know what the lowest
By
one.
60,000 Aussie dollars.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
average. Something.
What's
So,
that to the pounds?
I don't know. Just about half it, wouldn't you? Maybe
Oh.
38, 40,000 pounds. Something.
That's quite high average, actually.
Yeah.
Average in UK is much less than that. I think the average in UK is less than 30k.
Yeah. Well,
I
my
got to retire.
15-year-old works part-time and she's casual, but she's 15 years old, just turned 15 in April, and she gets $21 an hour.
$21.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're increasing the minimum pay in April in the UK from 9 quid to 10 something.
So now they're only 10% under the poverty level, inflation.
Well, and they are actually increasing all pensions and disabilities with 10% in April as well.
They
So
did that.
to match
Yeah,
the
they should.
inflation.
They did 9 here, but you're gonna spend that 9 when they jack up the Medicare rates and all that.
They're talking 50 to 80% power energy increases in the next 2 years here. That's going to kill anyone on a fixed income.
Well, the average household
Move
in
to
the
Philippines.
UK now with government help is £2,500 pounds a year. So that's what, 5,000 Aussie dollars a year. And that's going to increase by 500 pounds end of next year when the government is cutting down on the subsidizing.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a big, well, not that big, but 5 kilowatt solar on the roof that I've had for a long time, maybe 16, 17 years. And
Yeah.
I get 72 cents a kilowatt that I put back into the grid, but all that stuff's going to end at the end of 2024 as well. So, and our bill is still around.
Why the fuck is that ending? I mean, they should encourage more people to make.
Oh, it's
solar.
not. It's not ending, but the rate will change. Instead of 72 cents, it'll go down between 6 and 10 cents. Because
Why
that's
is it? It's gonna. Well, depending on.
Because I got it 15, 17 years ago, and that was part of the incentive to get that high rate. And now that every new house here, it's virtually mandatory solar, solar hot water, shit like that. And so the rates now are only any new systems that go up are only getting 6 to 10 cents.
But if you're are you putting everything back into the grid?
Yeah, I will more over summer. Yeah.
How much does that subsidize you with on your overall electricity bill during a year?
Yeah, not that much. Maybe
No?
10%. Maybe 10%.
Okay, so you send it to the grid for 72 cents per kilowatt hour,
Yeah.
and how much do they charge you per kilowatt hour getting it back off the grid?
It's around. I don't know what peak is. Off peak's about 48 cents.
48. Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But we still pay 600 to 700 a quarter, even with all that.
But do you have to? But I mean, why do you have to send it to the grid? What if you just? I mean, how much of that would you, if you added some more solar panels to your roof? How much?
Well, we use it during the day. We use, everything off it during the day. But that's the way it's set up here. But now you have solar, the battery pack walls and stuff. So that'll be the way of the future. But
Yeah.
even if we get a power interruption, the whole thing shuts down, so that no one working on anything gets shocked.
Your energy stores, isn't it? You got solar panels. Doesn't that store
it only creates and you use what you're taking. Anything else left over goes. But no,
also, you don't have battery. You can't store it yourself, no?
No, because I ain't got 35, 40 grand.
Well, hey, we're gonna
take a long while to recover your costs.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna end the regular live stream here, so you guys can hang out.
Okay.
But we have to say thank you to everybody that showed up tonight.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Craig's got a channel in his name there, and what's your wife's channel?
Lenny Parrish.
Lenny Parrish.
Yeah.
LENNIE.
LANIH.
Oh, Lonnie. Okay.
Silent H confuses everyone.
Yeah. So my great granddaughter's name will be Sochia. It's spelled XO.
I don't know what was going on with the parents. They named every boy's name started with an E, and every girl's name started with an L.
Yeah. Quite a fun they had.
But
anyway, thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.